This week I want to look back at some of my past projects, see how they've done since I made them, fix a few of them. So let's get into it. This red polka dot shirt, made it a year ago for my sister's wedding. It's gotten a lot of wear, it's been fantastic. You've seen it in my videos. However, number one, the collar is just a smidgen too tight. And also, with all the washing, the tips of the collar tend to curl up. I'm gonna start by just removing the entirety of the collar. I'm gonna bring it down by a 1/4 inch in the front of the collar here like that. Luckily, I still have fabric left over from this shirt, so I'm cutting out some new pieces. To prevent the curling on this new collar, I'm going to make it with some pockets for these collar stands. Measure out where the little pocket's going to be, from there to there, and give it an iron. I have these new end pieces, then I put this piece right on top, and as you see, that remakes the shape of the collar, and then the stand is going to go in and under like that, so draw around so I know where to sew, stitch it together. In its final form, with the pocket, I can lay that down now, take my next piece, and proceed to make the rest of my collar as I normally would. One thing I did see in another video though, that seemed like a good idea, is just to cut the tip off of the interfacing, so that way it's less bunched up in the corners when I turn it right way around. I connect these two pieces of the collar together. Attach the collar itself back onto the shirt. And I gotta say, these collars, they don't terrify me quite like they used to. I think I've done enough at this point that I'm starting to feel a little bit more confident in the exercise, you know? All right, well, I clearly lied. I mean, like, look at this. It's like a 1/2 inch. I got it off on the side there. A 1/2 inch on this side as well. How did I get this so wrong? Well, better take back that bit about how collars aren't my struggle anymore. Jeez. I think it's best if I have lunch first. Helps improve the mood. Pumping some fresh air in here. All right, I'm gonna try this again. And finally, the button and the collar. And it's looking like this one button down here is coming loose, so let me just reattach this one while I'm at it. Pop in the collar stays, fold it all down. Oh, look at that, they're nice and crisp. Ooh! Button it all the way to the top. Not so tight anymore, it's comfortable, it sits nicely. Gonna hand it to you. Clever video idea this week. I mean, it's a bit like one of those retrospective, where are they now? Hopefully not dead in a ditch somewhere type of video, you know? Well, thank you. I do appreciate the kind words, but I can't claim all the credit. I do have to give a thank you to Humberto for sparking this idea. These floral shorts I did earlier this summer, really like them. Unfortunately, it seems my stitching wasn't the greatest, so I gotta fix that up. Undo this hand-stitched blind hem at the bottom here. Give this a quick stitch down. While I'm at it, I'm gonna reinforce the other side as well. Fun fact with these wireless mics that I use, turns out if you don't turn them on, they don't record any audio. So let me narrate this next bit. I realized that I'd made the bottom hem in a way where they angled up on the outside of the shorts. So I went ahead, I pressed out the previous creases. I measured on the outside of these shorts a total of 1/2 inch, folded that inwards. On the inside of the leg, I went up a whole 1.5 inches and then pressed in a new crease, and then finally finished out with a hand-stitched blind hem. All fixed up on the side, and in general, I think the hem in the bottom just sits much nicer now. Again, great idea. I've got some questions now though, because I feel like I know you pretty well, and you're not the kind of guy who likes to go back on old projects, do simple things. You want to challenge yourself. Fair. You're right, but I've come to realize it doesn't always have to be a gargantuan effort to be an interesting video. Plus, these are things I need to do anyways. I made 2 of these black t-shirts a while back as well, and they've been getting a lot of use. With time though, I find that the hems on the sleeve and along the bottom have curled up. However, on the left side, I seem to have gotten a little hole in the sleeve. So just trim off a little bit of the frays so it's a nice clean edge. Using the technique of darning, I'm gonna patch up this hole. There we go, that's that sorted. I'll give these hems just a quick ironing. Yes, I'm ironing t-shirts. These white t-shirts, they were the first project I ever bought new fabric for. Probably my most used items. Still perfect shape, no need for any ironing, no fixing. These black slacks that I made earlier in the year, also one of my favorite pair of pants to wear. When in doubt, I put these on. They always look good. Now, I do like the creases in the pants in the front and the back. I didn't realize how often I was gonna have to iron them to keep that crease nice and sharp. It's never easy looking good, huh? These joggers are my go-to pants when I do physical activities. However, I find that I tend to like to wear them rolled up like this. So, you know, it might not be a bad idea to perhaps make a version as shorts. I've worn these jeans a lot, but I've stopped because they have one fatal flaw. As I'm walking around throughout the day, they hike up and just on the old werewolves, you know, so no bueno. I wanted to expand my wardrobe and embrace the 70s and fall-time colors, but it's just not my jam. I never put this thing on. Also, the fabric, it's kind of scratchy. So, I've really ended up liking this button-up. It's a good classic standard item for the wardrobe. It's got some compliments, but of course now I'm gonna have to make some collar stand pockets for it as well. This sweatshirt is made out of a couple thrifted oversized sweatshirts. The 2 blacks are different shades. The sleeves are still too short, and so I always have to roll them up. The next version that I made is made out of brand new fabric. It fits better, and yet this is the one that I wear all the time. What I've realized is that after I finish the projects, it's always a mixed bag, whether I end up liking it, whether I end up wearing it. Maybe I start liking it and then I end up hating it, or the reverse. It's a dice toss. However, the one thing that is consistent, no matter what, I always have to leave everything in the closet for about a month, so that way I can forget about all the little mistakes and foibles that I made, and then after that, I may or may not wear it. Now, using leftover scraps, I'm reinforcing this back panel here that holds the backboard. I'm a little worried about the back and forth from leaning against it, you know? See, now you're trying too hard. You're compensating for something. Something's up. I'm gonna find out. Bound to be some clues in here. Hold on. That's a lot of hearts in here.